Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. This may or may not be my third or fourth attempt to record this video because I keep losing it. You'll probably get the place where I keep losing it, but I'm trying not to use the words that I end up using. But, anywho, at the end of January, I did a video about this post right here. It just seemed like an innocuous post about WoW eSports, how the Mythic Dungeon International is the new name for the Mythic Dungeon Invitational, how the Arena World Championship is coming, and it gives brackets and regular kind of information. But what piqued my interest was this final paragraph. New toys for me. I promise I won't break them this time. Ha ha ha, deconstructor. As both Arena and MDI grow, we want to give fans the chance to further support the programs. Yeah, I'm sure you do. And have some fun along the way, whatever the hell that meant. Soon, we will introduce 2 new in-game toys to our shop, details to follow. Right, so we knew then, okay, they're putting 2 microtransactions onto the Blizzard store, and they're going to give a portion, as it states here, a portion of the sales of these toys will contribute to the prize pools for both WoW eSports programs. Make a note of the phrasing of this, because this is going to be very important very soon. A portion of the sale of these toys will contribute to the prize pools for both WoW eSports programs. Okay, so this is the way that they are going to phrase this. Now, the reason why I took exception to this, and I don't want to tread over too much of the old ground that I did in the video, but I think it's important with the amount of subscribers I've had since to just give a brief overview. My point was, although crowdfunding in esports isn't a new thing, it's certainly done with much smaller companies who can't afford to really run these tournaments, but legitimately want to bring something to their fan bases. And I give nothing but respect to those people. But also huge titles like Dota, like League of Legends, they too offer a crowdfunding for their esports. But I need to make it perfectly aware that League of Legends, even themselves, Riot said they resisted actually doing something like this for so long because, and to quote them, it felt like begging. Now, what Dota and League of Legends have, which is different to the World of Warcraft, is they are both free-to-play games. They do not have guaranteed sources of revenue. All their monies are brought in through the sales of their skins, loot boxes, etc., whatever it may be, through their microtransaction element. There's no sale of the product, there's no subscription fee, there's nothing like that. Whereas in the World of Warcraft, of course, you have to purchase the expansions, and then you have to pay an ongoing subscription fee. Now, sure, the number of subscribers vastly alters. I mean, let's face it, it vastly alters from the start of BFA to now. But WoW still understand, they still know how many subscribers they have, so they still have that guaranteed income based off of that, and of course, they've made all the money from the sale of the expansion itself. So they've got guaranteed bank. Then on top of that, World of Warcraft also has its microtransaction element. It has their store, selling all manner of stuff, character boosts, mounts, pets, in-game pets, which does very well indeed. How do we know it does very well indeed? Because they have to produce quarterly earning reports for their shareholders. And digital sales in the World of Warcraft are up substantially, the biggest seller by a country margin. Then we've got, on top of that, their rip-off, their complete scam rip-off live services, which charge a fortune, an absolute fortune, for some process which is literally done in a flick of a switch. And it preys on people who want to play with their friends. It preys on people who live on dead servers. It preys on people who want a change of look, aesthetic, as we're seeing through the allied races recently, and I'll get into that a little bit further in the video. But it's very exploitative, is what I'm trying to say. So you've got one game with guaranteed bank and microtransaction system element on top of that, asking for support to help their esports. And then other games which have zero guaranteed income because of the nature of their free-to-play games and rely purely on purchases through their microtransaction system. And with League of Legends, their championship skins, they gave 25% of that to the eSport program and 75% for themselves, which I thought was fine, was reasonable, because, of course, it is a free-to-play game. So, again, no guaranteed income. So any money, really, that's going towards these tournaments, etc., is good. So, anyway, let's fast forward. Let's fast forward to current day, okay? Let's fast forward to current day and go to the Blizzard shop right now. So if I go to World of Warcraft and I just scroll down past, all the new mounts which have been added over the course of the last 6 weeks, 2 new mounts over the course of the last 6 weeks, okay, just saying, making it the 3rd, I think, mount, this whole expansion. Anyway, scrolling down past the pets, all the new pets which have been added, okay, past there. Look what we got now, 2 toys. 2 toys have been added. £9 UK money, I believe $10 love you long time US dollar. So these are ridiculously priced, as you would expect, because that's Blizzard. Lion's Pride, Hordes Might Fireworks. Support WoW eSport programs. And the Transmorpher Beacon support WoW eSport programs. So let's just click on one. Okay, let's have a look. And let's just read through this, because this is very important. A little bit of description, what's going on here. That paragraph, trash. Don't need to worry about that paragraph at all. It's the next paragraph that you really want to pay very close attention to. For a limited time. Just want to stress that again. For a limited time. So this is actually, number one, only going to contribute towards the eSport programs for a limited time. Now, you could say, yeah, but there are eSport seasons as. So, this is fair enough. There are eSport seasons. I get that. I understand that. But why can't it just contribute towards a pool? Even after the season's ended. Why can't any of these sales still contribute towards a pool that would go towards the eSport programs? So that's just number one, and that's just a little point. 25% of the proceeds will contribute to the year's final LAN event prize pools for the Arena World Championships and the Mythic Dungeon International. So only for a limited time, only 25% of the revenue generated from these sales will actually go to the eSport programs. And not only that, will only go to the very final LAN event. This is very important. And I'll tell you why this is very important. Because the very final LAN event is the big show. It's the big one, right? And what do you get at the big show? Sponsors. A lot of sponsors. So all the people who are coming through the ranks, they're not seeing a penny of this money. All the people that are going through the championship process, going through the tournament brackets below, they're not seeing a dime. They're getting no financial support to continue on the eSports scene. Only the final LAN event this will go towards. So that is just a by the by. But again, 25% of the proceeds. World of Warcraft with guaranteed bank, guaranteed subscriber numbers, guaranteed expansion sales. What did they boast? They boasted that Battle for Azeroth has sold 3-point-something million copies. Now, that, of course, was taken into consideration pre-purchase. But they said, on day one, it sold 3. So they added up all the pre-purchases and then the day one sales, and they came up with 3.6 million copies. So you can get a good idea of the amount of revenue that's been generated through that. None of that goes towards these, whatever. So you've got sponsors there, you've got guaranteed income, and only 25% of these actual sales are going, and they're only going to the year's very final LAN event. At the very least, because of the way that World of Warcraft makes its money, makes guaranteed bank, at the very least, this should have been 75%, in my opinion. At the very least. I mean, in my previous video, I said it all should go towards there. All should go towards it. But let's just say Blizz got to take their cut. Blizz got to take their cut. At the very least, 75% should have gone to the esports programs. So they're making the money through the sponsors. They're making the money through the ticket sales. They're making the money through when they stream it, subscribers, tippers, bidders, all that. I mean, sure, there are smaller revenue streams, but still streams on top regardless. They're making the money through the sale of this, and they're pocketing 3/4 of it for themselves. How long did this take to make? An afternoon for somebody, probably. It's just a firework. There's tons of fireworks in the game. It's just tat. It's just tat. Must have been somebody's afternoon work. So the amount of profit on this, it's virtually all profit. Virtually all profit. And they are taking it for themselves. And the reason why it just winds me up so much, right, is because, particularly with the World of Warcraft right now, because let's just stick with the World of Warcraft instead of going broader Activision stuff. The World of Warcraft is in such a piss poor state. It's being carried by the art department. The art department are doing brilliant work. Everywhere you look, it looks gorgeous. Recently announced the new PvP reskins of Arathi Basin and Warsong Gulch. The new allied races. And this is another scam, the allied race scam, which I was talking about yesterday. They were announcing, 4 days free trial at the end of this week? What have they done to Battle for Azeroth? Nothing. They've done nothing to change the game. Why are they giving a free 4-day pass? So you can come and buy the allied races, the new allied races which they've just added. Hey, they're even going to do you a solid, folks, and they're having a sale on live services. Hey, look, we're doing a free 4-day pass. Just happens to coincidentally go alongside a live service sale that we're doing. Oh, look, there's 2 new allied races. Just milking. And what's happening with the game? Nothing. It's in as bad a state today as it was on release. And you got people like Ian Hazacostas and that not running the show. Sack these clowns. Sack the king clown and all his clown friends. And can we get some people who have actually got some ideas and passion? But that's stupid of me, folks, because I'm thinking as a gamer, and they're not making games for gamers. They're making games for shareholders. And this is what this is. Another way to pay the shareholders. To contribute towards the 800 people that recently got sacked while the executives took tens of millions in bonuses home with them. To pay the shareholders. To pay the shareholders. This is just... It just disgusts me. This company disgusts me. It's not Blizzard. It's not the Blizzard that I loved back in 2007. It's not the Blizzard which I loved through Burning Crusade, through Wrath of the Lich King, who I gave the benefit of the doubt to in Cataclysm because it was their first stumble. It's not. This isn't that company. It isn't even close to this company anymore. It's a soulless milking machine. And if you think I'm overreacting to this, go back and rewatch BlizzCon again. And you tell me just exactly how much they cared. Because at every turn at that BlizzCon, it was just, forget these people. We are just looking at focusing in China, focusing on mobile, focusing on cheaper content, cheaper based games that we can profit heavily from in regions which have accepted microtransactions, unlike the scummy West. Oh, the scummy West are resisting this. It's all right. China are okay with it. Let's move into that marketplace. Let's tap that marketplace. So it just disgusts me. If you want to do something for esports, then do it properly. But it's not even covering up just exactly how much of a con job this is. Just how much of a con job it is just to get you paid again. To get you paid on top of the allied race scam. To get you paid on top of your boat 6-month scam. To pay you based off your 2 more store mounts on top of that in the space of 6 months scam. Because this is all it's just scams to get money out of people. And while the game itself fails, flounders. Managed to get through without saying the word Okay. So there we go, folks. Whatever. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links there in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.